Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Could the entire $2.25 trillion American jobs plan, President Biden's infrastructure plan, be headed to the shredder in the United States Senate? Is it going to be dead on arrival in the United States Senate? In this episode of Ignition Time, I'm going to cover this and I'm going to explore some very interesting comments from the former governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, the Republican and a staunch supporter of President Trump. What he said is he essentially accused President Biden of lying about the infrastructure package. And he also said that if this is a real infrastructure plan, then enough Republicans will get on board. Welcome to this interesting episode of Ignition Time, everyone. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda. This right here is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Before we get into this episode, I want you to know, all I ask of you is please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications, because to organize all of this information and to present it to you in a quick 10-12 minute video takes a lot of effort. I'd appreciate it if you take a second of your time to click the like button, to click subscribe, and to enable notifications. Let's just jump right in. Let's start with this tweet on your screen from President Biden, where the president says, a new study put out shows that at least 55 of our largest corporations used various loopholes to pay $0 in federal income taxes in 2020. It's not fair to the rest of the American taxpayers, and we are going to put an end to it, because the president is essentially laying down the gauntlet about the rich and rich corporations paying more by way of taxes to pay for infrastructure. The big question though is the entire infrastructure plan headed to the Senate shredder? Here's an article on your screen from Politico. Biden's infrastructure plan heads for the Senate shredder. Yep, the strict rules of budget reconciliation in the United States Senate require that provisions affect federal revenue or expenditure could kill many aspects of the Biden infrastructure plan. So I'll provide you with a link to this article in the description section below, because it's quite likely that many aspects of the infrastructure plan could end up on the shredder on the floor of the United States Senate. Here are some examples. Any employer mandate surrounding paid leave, which many Democrats want to include in the infrastructure package, may be called into question depending on how they are structured. And budget experts warn that the Senate parliamentarian has in the past been skeptical of provisions that benefit a single entity. In other words, if infrastructure funds or benefits a specific entity, then that whole aspect of the bill could be struck down. In the meantime, Congressman Kevin Brady, who's a top Republican on the House Ways and Means Committee, said that, quote, he was very disappointed in the president's broken promise to reach across the aisle, and that President Biden has regrettably misled the public on every step of every piece of legislation he has sent to Congress. And he was asked what would it take for him to support the infrastructure package. He said, for starters, restart. And folks, this is interesting, and believe it or not, unionization is a big aspect of the infrastructure bill that is potentially going to lead to a flashpoint. Here's a quote from this Politico article. Perhaps the most glaring example of a provision that may not pass muster is the PRO Act, which would make it easier for workers to form unions and extend collective bargaining rights to independent contractors. Biden supported and pledged to go beyond the bill during his campaign, and he recommended Congress pass it as part of his infrastructure package. But even as labor unions and Democrats make the case that workers' rights and wages should meet certain regulations like the Byrd Rule, some are uneasy about the possibility that the Senate parliamentarian, who just a few months ago ruled against a $15 an hour minimum wage, could feel otherwise and essentially scuttle the whole attempt from the Biden administration towards unionization. In fact, here's a headline from the Wall Street Journal about this very subject, and we'll provide you with a link to all of these articles in the description section below. Democrats tie infrastructure package to unionization, push business community, labor groups, and progressives square off over the PRO Act. So folks, I know that for many of our viewers and subscribers, the big question is, how is the government going to help me? As far as the Biden administration is concerned, unionization is something they are pushing for, and they're going to try and include in the infrastructure package. And it looks like, based on what the Senate parliamentarian decides, it may end up getting shredded in the United States Senate. The Republicans, in fact, are going one step further. Here's a headline of an article on your screen from Fox Business. Senate Republican assails Biden infrastructure plan as a job killer that will give China and Russia a say in American tax laws. Biden and his team, meanwhile, according to Fox Business, have performed rhetorical gymnastics to make everything in the package sound like it's infrastructure. In an internal memo circulated by Senate Republicans and reported by Fox Business, this is what the Senate Republicans said. And I'm quoting from the Fox Business article. You'll get a link to this article in the description section below. They call the rest of the bill a wish list of non-infrastructure spending on failed Obama-era policy proposals and Democratic pet projects with no accountability or transparency. They said the rest of the bill contains a dog's breakfast of slush funds, expensive green energy mandates on Americans, a ban on the right to work, and a flurry of tax hikes that will drive companies out of the US, thus supposedly giving China and Russia a say in the United States tax laws. The Republicans in the Senate estimated that Biden's infrastructure plan would in the end eliminate at least 1 million jobs in the US. And this was reporting based on an internal Republican memo obtained by Fox Business. Now let's shift gears to the Republican senator from Indiana, Mike Braun, who was on Fox, and he was discussing the need for bipartisanship in Congress. And he said that the entire attempt from President Biden to essentially project bipartisanship is, I quote, just for show. He said President Biden's attempts are just for show, and this is a political calculation from the Democrats and a smokescreen. Incredible comments. Let's roll the tape and hear what the Republican senator had to say.
You know, when we're talking in the last minute or so we have here, Senator, you mentioned the infrastructure plan and what the president wants to do on that. He's meeting with a bipartisan group that will include some Republicans, next week. So he's saying he's open to ideas, but a lot of your colleagues are saying, well, he isn't open to any of our ideas. Do you think such meetings are a waste of time?
I think from my perspective, I was over there not when the 10 or 11 Republicans went over there to talk about the last big bill, which none of our ideas, nor did it get one Republican vote. I was over there for a supply chain. And I think a lot of that, I'm starting to get the feel that is for show, and that they're going to plow forward and do it in a way that is mostly going to suit their needs. And my fear is that when you flood the market, the political market, with all this government largesse through the COVID relief bill, which was barely that because it was mostly about other stuff. Infrastructure, I traveled the state the last 2 weeks getting input from legislators, people around my state of Indiana, and of course they love all the money that's falling from the federal tree, but they know that doesn't make sense midterm and long term. But I think it's just part of a calculation that they smoke screen us with that and then start to dump some of the stuff that would necessitate breaching the filibuster. And then my main concern is once they do that, does it cascade into things even that are their crown jewels, like Medicare for all, Green New Deal. And we got to be prepared for it because they err on that side rather than bipartisanship and trying to do stuff more slowly.
Now, if you thought that was interesting, wait till you hear from the former Republican governor of the state of New Jersey, Chris Christie. Chris Christie said the president is not telling the truth about infrastructure. It's baloney. Lying is not popular. In some very candid comments, Chris Christie just says it like it is, and that's what he's known for. Let's roll the tape and hear from Chris Christie, former Republican governor of New Jersey. Let's watch.
You cannot call a $400 billion plan to force unionization in states to say that taking care of increasing Medicaid payments in states is infrastructure. Now, language does matter. We learned that in the last 4 years, how you use it and what you say. And I said last week that the president's not telling the truth, and he's not telling the truth about the infrastructure package. This is the care economy. This is care infrastructure. It's baloney. And so what's going to happen is the president right now is in the first 100 days, and he's going to have that soothing persona and all the rest of it. But when people start to look at what he's really doing, George, those moderate voters.
But even the things you just mentioned right there are popular. People would love to have Medicaid increase.
People would like their grandparents to be taken care of.
Here's what's not popular. Lying is not popular. It's not infrastructure, George.
Do you really want to use the word lie there?
If Donald Trump, let's just be fair here. If Donald Trump had come out and called a dog a cat, which is what Joe Biden's doing, we would be outraged. by the fact that he's lying. But with Joe Biden, somehow it's like, oh, well, come on, it's Joe. No. It's not true. If he wants to make the case, George, for increased Medicaid payments and connected to those payments, mandatorily using SEIU union members, let him make that case and see if he gets it passed. I know he won't. And the people around this table, whether they'll say it or not, they know it won't pass either.
Now, let's shift gears to Maggie Haberman from the New York Times, who made some very insightful comments about the Biden agenda. She said President Biden's calculation, political economic calculation, is to pitch large. In other words, swing for the fences, try and hit a home run with huge spending, make that the opening offer, the opening salvo, and then be open to negotiations after that. But she said something that is extremely important. She said, the public does not care about the infrastructure package as much as they did about the previous stimulus package. This is true. There has been a divergence between what the American people want and what the Biden administration is pushing, according to new data that has emerged. I have covered that in another video, but let's hear from Maggie Haberman of the New York Times talking about what the Biden calculation is and what the American people really want. Very interesting comments about the infrastructure package. Let's listen.
I think Biden has, decided that the way that he's going to go is to pitch very large projects. We obviously saw it with the COVID-related bill, but the COVID-related bill was different. The way that people are responding to COVID and to their crises related to it is different. There are elements of this package that are popular, but the overall package, I think, requires a level of selling from the administration that is just beginning and that I think is just different. I don't think the public is as keyed in on this overall bill as they were on the COVID-related.
And finally, as we debate whether the infrastructure plan is going to head to the shredder or not, again, some more candid comments from the former Republican governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie. He says this: Republicans will support a real infrastructure bill because Republicans want to be able to go back to their hometowns. They want to be able to go back to their constituents and say, hey, look at that bridge. I was the one responsible for funding of that bridge. Look at that road. I was the one that helped rebuild that road. So what Chris Christie is saying is, hey, let's do a real infrastructure package. It'll get bipartisan support. Let's not play these games and try and make it seem as if it was something, whereas in reality, try and essentially include other agendas that have nothing to do with infrastructure. Let's roll the tape and hear candid comments from the former Republican governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie. Let's watch.
So, Ram, if all know, Chris, is the Democrats have pretty much seemed to calculate that their best policy is to just keep passing things as much as they can. Is it the best politics for the Republicans to be no across the board?
Well, they're not going to be no across the board. Maggie knows this. If they put forward a real infrastructure bill, roads, bridges, tunnels, rail, broadband, if they put together something like that, they're going to get enough Republican votes in the Senate to pass it. But that's not what they want to do. He says that's what he wants to do, but it's not. So let's not pretend. We haven't redefined bipartisanship, with all due respect to my friend. We haven't. 25% of anybody in a poll does not translate into votes.
But isn't the difference from last year? Last year you had Democrats who were willing to vote for a package signed by President Trump. It doesn't appear right now that you have Republicans willing to vote for a package that would be signed by President Biden.
No, because all he's put forward is this faux infrastructure package that is a liberal wish list of things that they want to do. And guess what? They won the election, so they get to put forward their wish list. But you got to put it forward honestly. Joe Biden's got to stop not telling the truth. And if he stops not telling the truth and makes the case for increasing the size of Medicaid, then see if you can pass it or not. But I'll guarantee you that you can pass a real infrastructure package in this country. Republican governors are going to want it. Republican mayors are going to want it. And guess what? Republican senators are going to want to go home and say, I fixed that road. I fixed that bridge. I fixed that tunnel.
That's it, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think the Biden administration is playing games? Do you agree or disagree with Chris Christie? And it looks like, based on all of the items that are in the infrastructure package, some provisions of the infrastructure package will inevitably end up in the shredder. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll get a link to all of our resources in the description section below. It takes a lot of time to be able to put together all of this content. All I ask of you is please click the like button, please subscribe, please enable notifications. That would mean a lot to me personally. That really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I assure you that when the former Republican governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, watches Ignition Time, he clicks the like button. I can assure you when President Biden watches Ignition Time, he clicks the like button as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.